a simple one. It seems almost like one of those duh, like Dr. Michelle, of course I know that. But it's true, and that is that you may not have made it a priority in your life. And this is interesting. When I was in grad school, I did a research project. And looking back on all my years in college, I did a lot of relationship studies. But the one that I did in grad school was I actually asked people, it was all about why they were delaying marriage. And so what I found out from that was that, of course, in our society, education and careers are so highly prioritized now, and women especially have really come full force into the world of work, that delays, relationships, long-term relationships, and so on and so forth. Now, this isn't revolutionary. You could look around and go, well, of course, but it's true. And so until you make it a priority, as in I'm going to put this in my top 3 list versus like it's on the back burner because you're so busy with life, you need to have intention in anything that you want in your life, and you also have to have desire. But you have to have intention and desire and the willingness all at the same time. And that's when you make it a priority. When you've made it important enough to pay attention to it and to kind of put some energy out there and really put yourself out there energetically and emotionally to open yourself up.
And when you don't make it a priority, I always ask people, I see a lot of people try to put off dating, and what they're really doing is that part of their mind that's kind of like, oh, you don't really need to do that right now, or that's not a good event to go to, or bars are a waste of time, or internet dating's a waste of time. There's that little voice inside of us that holds us back from making it a priority, or that's just so scared of putting you out there. And it's trying to protect you in some way, but also if you keep listening to that voice, you're always going to listen to those excuses and not move forward. And to make a relationship a priority, it's like, I don't care how scared I am. I'm going to go to this speed dating event by myself because I really want to meet someone. And that's where I got to the point where when I was single and I joined a dating service, I was just so ready to meet someone, and I was like, I just want to go out and just meet people that are interested in having a relationship, so I'm going to join this service. And the first person I went out with in the service was Roberto, so it was pretty quick.
See,
and
just get in action. The intention, and you've got to have the action behind the intention. I mean, you have to get your rear in gear and put yourself out there, and that really tells the universe that you're serious about it, and that it's important to do that. And a part of putting yourself out there, we're going to go into the stages of getting ready now, if it's good with you, Deborah.
Sure.
Meeting is a very important stage, and we'll get to that in a second. But there's a stage before that which may kind of go back to this whole this priority thing, and that's the first stage. In my book, Get Smart About Modern Romantic Relationships, I have talked about the 7 stages of romantic relationships, and the first stage is the healing stage, or the avoidance. You're taking some time out to work on yourself and to focus on your career, or to focus on your health, or to focus, just on your dog, who knows. But you're just taking some time out. And see, knowing that that's where you're at is so vital, because there's so many people out there in the dating world that should be in the healing and avoidance stage, but they're out there and they're causing all kinds of havoc. Because we all need recovery time. We all need, especially the longer and more intense a relationship was. I see so many people just getting back on the horse and getting back into relationships. They have no time to even learn the lessons of the relationship, or to heal their heart, or to really become ready and open to receive love. And love is a gift, and it needs to be cherished and treated as such. And for me, this first stage is very important. And when I went through my divorce in 2005, of course I started dating, but I took quite a bit of time to get some coaching and journaling. I journaled my heart out to understand what that whole relationship was about, and how it made me who I was, and what I needed to take away from that relationship, and what I needed to, put, bury and put to rest, so that I wasn't bringing the baggage, because so many times people bring the baggage from relationship after relationship after relationship, relationship is going to work. And I'm sorry, but that's crazy. It will never work if you're pining or have unhealed emotions from past relationships. And that is why...
Well, people think that the new relationship's going to fix everything. You know, they break up with someone and they're like, well, let me just find someone else to make it better. And so the other person becomes that filler instead of them. And I, you know, when I saw my old friends from growing up, I was around a couple girls that would always have a boyfriend, and I was so jealous of them. I'm like, God, they don't miss a beat. Like, they'll break up with one guy one weekend, and then they'll be in the next long-term relationship. And I always thought that was so wow, but they were afraid to be alone, and so
that's what it is. It's the insecure people that can't be alone, and they're looking for something else to fill them up. And it goes back to our central theme of that if you can't be with yourself and love yourself and feel whole and complete, it doesn't matter if you marry Brad Pitt. It doesn't matter who the other person is. It has everything to do with who you are. And, you know, those quick fixes are just avoidance, you know, and not healthy avoidance, but emotionally damaging avoidance, because it's no fair to the other person either that you get in a relationship with, you know, when you haven't done your work and you haven't healed what needs to be healed.